Hey everybody, it's Mark at streamteam.ca. If you're just receiving your box or if you've had it for a little while and you are looking to adjust some settings, I'm just going to show you a generalized view of some of the settings you can change on your box. Okay, so we'll jump into settings right now. The first one obviously is network. So this is going to be if you're connected to Wi-Fi, your network, your Wi-Fi connections, or if you're on Ethernet, it should say you are connected via Ethernet. Pretty straightforward. If we jump into display, um, here you have HDMI auto detection. If you know the resolution of your TV, we recommend turning this to off and just manually selecting it. I know for my TV here that I'm using currently, it will auto detect 720 even though this is a 1080p TV. Another thing we've also noticed is that during Kodi playback, sometimes if this is set to 720, um, it will actually zoom in on the picture in Kodi and it will not fill the screen. So if you just change this to 1080p, even if you have a 720 TV, it will fix some of the video playing back issues in Kodi. Okay, another option here is the hide status bar. We always recommend keeping that off. If you turn it on, it's just going to hide the status bar that's along the bottom. I'm going to go back, I'll turn it off, and I'm going to drag it up. So now you see the status bar. Okay, again, back in display, hide status bar. I like it off. If you want to just hide it, you can just click on this and it will hide it anyways. You might as well keep it on. It's got some very functional buttons on it. Okay, another important one here is the display position. If you're back on the home screen and you don't see everything on the home screen, especially like the onD Pro or just onD sign up here or the Stream Team logo down here in the bottom right corner, you're not seeing your whole screen. So this could affect your view during video playback. So we definitely recommend going in there to display position and just adjusting it accordingly. You'll see on this screen here, you might not see it during the video, but it's blue. It's got a blue background. I can now see black on the edges of my screen. I don't want to see black. I want the whole screen to be blue on the screen. So I know for me personally, it's 100%. Some people might be around 92 to 94%. If you are below 90%, generally the issue is what we saw before, the HDMI auto detect. So just switch that back to 1080p. Okay, once you've adjusted your setting here, make sure to press the back button on your remote or it will not be saved. Okay, and this here is just a screensaver. We definitely recommend keeping that on as well. We default it to 4 minutes. It just means if your TV is inactive or the box is inactive for 4 minutes, it will just throw up a screensaver. Okay, we'll go into advanced settings. There's not a whole lot in here other than maybe some of these audio settings that are important. If you have no sound and you're connected to an audio receiver, or if you're not connected to an audio receiver and you have no sound, this could be the cause. The digital audio output. If you click on here, the HDMI pass-through might be important for some that are connected to an HDMI capable audio receiver. So you might need to switch this if you are connecting to an audio receiver. Otherwise, just leave it on PCM and then press your back button. If you have no audio on your box and you're not on PCM, that could be the main reason. Okay, now we'll jump into Other. Under Other, we have the System Update tab. If we go in here, it'll show you if there are any updates, firmware updates available. Okay, it'll also pop up on your screen and notify you the next time you start your box, but this is a way you can manually check as well. Okay, so let's go into more settings here. Anyone with an Android device is pretty familiar with these settings. I'm not going to touch on all of them, just a couple that we find may be important. Like storage here, this will show you how much available storage you have left. It's also a good way of clearing your cache. So if you clicked on cache data right here, it will actually clear the cache for all the apps on your box. It's a good idea to do once in a while. So we'll go back. Another setting here, the language and input. If you want an on-screen keyboard, you can click on where it says default here and make sure this hardware is in the off position. That way when you type in any of the apps, you will see a physical keyboard on your screen and you can actually click on the buttons there as well. So make sure this is turned to off. Okay, another thing in here at the very bottom under language and input is the pointer speed. If you click on here, you can adjust the pointer speed. If you find the pointer's going way too fast, slow it down. I recommend maybe about halfway. That's generally a good place for people. It's a lot easier to control the cursor. Okay, so that was other. I'm going to go back. You can also add accounts in here. So if you have other Google accounts or Yahoo accounts or anything like that, you can add them in here. The last setting I'm going to touch on here is the date and time. Now we have it set on default to Eastern Daylight Time. This is where you would change it if you're in Pacific Time, Central Time, or Mountain Time. Okay, so you just click select time zone and then you can select the one you want. Okay, so that's just a general view of the settings. If you have any other questions about the settings, please let us know and we'll try to help you out. Thanks very much.